just one.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
Hello, nice to meet you.
So we're here today to ask you some questions about your occupation and how it can be tied back to biology.
Okay.
And if there's no more questions, should we just get into it?
Sure.
So how are you today?
Good.
What's your occupation, and can you elaborate on how it can be tied back to biology?
I'm a physician, internist, and a geriatrician. Not many people know who a geriatrician is. Geriatricians, we specialize in elderly, which is 65 years of age and above. So I did a specialization in geriatrics, which is a 1-year fellowship. And so I take care of the elderly. And going back to your question about how it can be tied back to biology, I took biology as a major after my 10th grade. In India, it's a little different system. So I studied 2 years of biology in 11th and 12th grades. And biology, and then pursued my med school. Biology being the study of life and living organisms, it always fascinated me. And I use my knowledge of biology to pursue my medical profession.
So could you tell us a little bit more about your daily life, what you have to do, what are your responsibilities as a geriatrician?
Yeah, as a geriatrician, I see patients at various nursing homes and assisted livings. So in the nursing homes, I have patients who live there because of their medical problems. Those are called long-term care patients, and I'm the primary care physician for them. And in the nursing homes, I also see patients who come for a short-term rehab, and I'm the physician while they are in the facility.
What kind of responsibilities do you have in your profession?
In addition to seeing my patients in the various nursing homes and assisted livings, then when I'm not in the facility, also I have the responsibility of answering phone calls. When the nurses from the nursing home call me with the problems of my patients when I'm not in the building, I am responsible for taking phone calls, and then I also have a nurse practitioner who I'm responsible to oversee. So I supervise my nurse practitioner as well.
So that sounds like a lot of work. What's the most interesting thing you do in your profession? What do you like to do most?
Since I'm a geriatrician and most of my patients are elderly, some of them have advanced dementia, and they are not able to verbalize if they are in pain or any of the needs. So as a geriatrician, I am able to diagnose some problems, like say they are in pain by grimacing. Certain other signs like confusion can be like a new onset of confusion in a patient, which is a change from their baseline. I'm able to identify the cause of that. It could be pain, it could be infection, and all that. So, geriatrics, it's practicing my profession is like a bit of science and art. So, they are like children, advanced dementia patients who cannot verbalize. So, I get a lot of satisfaction taking care of them.
So in addition to like dementia and all the problems you listed, are there any other like common problems that the patients
Yeah, so because I'm an internist as well and geriatrics, they all kind of, so I'm able to take care of simple ailments like common cold to everything that a primary care physician can take care of, like hypertension, diabetes, kidney problems, heart failure, the entire spectrum that a primary care physician can take care of.
It sounds like you take care of a lot of patients. What about your work schedule? What does that look like?
Since I go to the nursing homes, I have some flexibility, but I work 5 days a week usually, 40 hours a week. But at times, if I have a new admission or some of my patients are sick, I do go on a weekend to see my patients.
So you're able to, I guess, have like more flexible times, right? Because
I have some more flexibility because I don't have a clinic and I go to these various nursing homes. But I do try to have a schedule because my patients and the nurses know when I'm going to be in the facility.
So this sounds like a very intensive dedication to medicine. Do you know approximately when in your college career or perhaps even high school when you decided you wanted to do medicine, and even then on afterwards when you decided to do geriatrics?
Mm-hmm. See, first, my interest about medicine is while I was doing biology. That's how it generated. But about geriatrics, like during my internal medicine rotations, when I took care of the elderly people, I enjoyed that the most. I found that experience more rewarding. So, and then I decided that I will become a geriatrician, and I went on to do a year of fellowship in geriatrics.
so like in order to be qualified for your profession, what degrees and certificates did you pursue?
So after 10th grade in India, I went to med school in India. There the system is a little different than here. So after my 10th grade, for the 11th and 12th grade, I took biology, physics and chemistry. I studied those two for 2 years. And then I had to take a exam to qualify into med school, which is similar to the MCAT here in the US. So after my med school, I had to take USMLE. It's called United States Medical Licensing Exam. It has 3 steps. So I had to pass 3 steps, and then I pursued internal medicine residency, which is 3 years. After my internal medicine residency, I had to take the internal medicine boards to be board certified. And after that, I did a year of geriatric fellowship. And after my fellowship, I took the geriatric boards and I'm board certified in geriatrics. So after 10 years into my practice, I had to retake my internal medicine boards and retake my geriatric boards because the certification is good for 10 years. So every 10 years we have to retake our boards.
Did you ever consider another profession or pathway?
No, and I'm happy, and I given a chance. Now looking back, I'm happy what I chose because it's very rewarding, and I wouldn't change anything about. I have a passion, and I love what I do. I get a lot of satisfaction.
Is there anything about your undergraduate experience and like all those years in school that caused you to be even more inclined to pursue a field in medicine?
No, I mean just my interest in biology, and when I saw other physicians, when we were sick or any of our family members sick, when I saw that, when I went to a doctor, when I saw how they took care of me, I wanted to be like that.
So now that medicine has evolved and how like, policy and technology can play a more influential role in medicine nowadays than before, do you see any new careers that you would have pursued now if you were in college, or would you still want to stay with your occupation as is right now?
I would still want to stay with my occupation as now, but I try to keep up with so many changes in medicine. Otherwise, it's very hard to survive. Like healthcare, health insurance, so many changes in with the electronic medical records. All that I have to keep myself informed and up to date. But as far as medical profession, I wouldn't change.
Are there any like out of the new like changes in medicine? Are there any like in particular that like caught your attention or no?
No, I mean we had to start using electronic medical records, so we had to learn some IT related, some basic computers, which we didn't learn when I went to med school. but some simple things. But other than that, nothing major.
Do you have any advice for students now who are planning on following the path of a physician? What would you suggest us to do? I know that's a very broad question, but
Yeah, no, I would say no matter what field you're going to, you should have the passion for that. So if you have the passion for that, you're going to put in the hard work that's needed, and you won't even feel that you're putting in all that hard work, and you will enjoy and you will succeed. If somebody is just want to go into medicine only because they feel that they can earn the most amount of money, but they don't have the passion, I feel they may not be able to be successful and enjoy their day-to-day life.
so as a geriatrician and uniquely as someone who came from India, you have the unique perspective of being able to understand both the healthcare changes and like the news, the current news in the United States and as well as in India. Do you see any differences between care here in the United States versus in India? And could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, as a geriatrician in the US, we have nursing homes and assisted livings, which are mainly meant for those with dementia as well as other medical problems. And mostly in the nursing homes, I see patients who have moderate to advanced dementia. And in India, in the past, we didn't have something called a nursing home where they would put their elderly parent in a nursing home. But nowadays, I saw that there are so many new homes called, they call it old age home. So many old age homes are popping up in India because the prevalence of dementia is increasing in India too, because people are living longer, and so more people are being diagnosed with dementia, and the children are not able to take care of the demented parent, and so they are leaving them in the old age home. And also I see that there is a shortage of geriatricians. As a geriatrician, we specialized in dementia and other problems related to that. Whereas I see that in India, there's not much emphasis for specialization in taking care of the elderly. So those are the two big differences that I have seen: shortage of geriatricians and more number of old age homes popping up.
And so that's especially a problem in India, where it's more of a third world country, so the children of the parents are less likely to be able to take care of their parents, so they're sent to the old age homes?
That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
And just to clarify, is there any difference between old age home and nursing homes? Like, do you send just elderly patients to the old age homes even if they have no problems? Or is it like in the United States where they have to have some form of dementia to be sent to those old age homes?
That's a very good question. And yes, there's a difference. In India, over here in the United States, they need to have certain medical problems or dementia in order to be placed in a nursing home. Whereas in India, in the old age homes, irrespective of their medical problems, if the family is not able to take care of them, they can just pay and put them in old age homes. So that's a big difference.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very good question. What other questions do you guys have?
Are there any specific vivid memories that solidified your interest in geriatrics?
Question is different. Not solidified, but
Any just vivid memory, or like
very memory that you would like to share.
Yeah. Are there any like specific vivid memories that you'd like to share about your time as like a physician?
Okay. Yeah, there's one particular memory while I was doing my internal medicine residency. Um, there was a patient who came to see us because of memory problems. She came with the caregiver brought her because the family was um, in different cities. So the problem was gradually worsening memory, and we started the workup, and the workup inclined towards the diagnosis of Alzheimer's dementia. But we wanted to sit with the family and discuss the diagnosis and the prognosis of the dementia. So we had told the caregiver that we want the patient to be back with the family members. So we scheduled another clinic appointment at a later date. So a few weeks later, when the patient came back for the appointment, and when we walked into the clinic room, I saw that there were 11 family members who flew from various parts of the country for their appointment, and I disclosed what was kind of obvious to all of them, but I just had to officially disclose based on our workup that it was Alzheimer's dementia. So when I told them about the diagnosis, which was obvious, it still brought tears in some of the family members. To them, it sounded like as if a diagnosis of cancer. So when it strikes your family member, it is very hard, though it's so common.
Yeah.
That kind of stayed in my memory, that many family members coming to the clinic and just crying when we told the diagnosis.
And really, it's a shock to find out that someone close to you like has an illness of dementia, even though it might be so common. Like people wouldn't expect it to happen to someone they really know and love. So that must have been a really touching moment.
Yes, exactly.
That sounds really difficult. Are there like many times where you have to like do hard things like that, like disclosing that?
Yes, I mean, most of the time they do come because they are suspecting that it's dementia, because they are forgetting. It starts with forgetting immediate, it affects the short term memory. Most of the time they remember long term things. So, though it is obvious when we give the official diagnosis, it does, it's still a big thing, and it's hard for them to take it.
So in terms of patient care, do you see a lot of patients? Are most of your patients long-term care, like they stay in the nursing home until perhaps they pass away, or do you get to discharge many patients?
Yeah, at least I would say in my practice, at least 50% of the patients are long term, where they get diagnosed with dementia, they come to the nursing home, and they live there till they pass away. Yes.
So you see the patients who don't have the chance of living with their family, whether be it that they don't have a family anymore or their family can't take care of them?
Both the reasons. There are some families, because of job in different cities, they are not able to. And there are families who try to take care of their loved ones, keeping them at home. But when they are incontinent, they are not able to tell when they have to go to the restroom, the toileting, bowel movement and all. It's very hard for the family to take care. And nowadays, we have families where both the son and the daughter-in-law, or the daughter and son-in-law both work. And patients with dementia, they need to be monitored 24 hours a day. And not every family can afford a private sitter who can watch them. So it's not most of the time it's financial reasons, and some of the times it is very stressful for them to take care of the of their loved ones' activities of daily living.
So mainly the two reasons why a patient would enter a nursing home would be for the convenience and just because it's more safe for like 24/7 hours of care by patient or by nurses and doctors checking up on them.
Yes, safety and financial reason are the two main reasons why they come to the nursing home.
Thank you.
So, what advice would you give to undergrad students like us that are seeking a career in med school?
Nowadays, med school admissions have become very competitive. But the most important, I would say, like I said, you guys should have that passion. The most important to get into med school is your GPA and an MCAT score, and in addition, proving that you have a passion and commitment towards medicine by either volunteering in the hospitals or shadowing the physician and doing some research, and also clubs like joining the American Medical Students Association or HOSA, and anything that you enjoy and proves that you are committed to medicine will help you get an admission into med school.
So to clarify, we should aim for a holistic application where we demonstrate our interest in medicine.
So interest in medicine, academics, then clinical interest with either volunteering or shadowing, then research, and also your own personal interest, like what you like to do the most, your own personality development. Whether it's you want to start a new club, be a leader of a club, like say if you're anything related to healthcare. If you want to start a club, you enjoy being in that, yes, start a club and enjoy. So personality development and enjoying is also one thing.
So personal initiative is very important.
Yes, very important.
I guess that would apply to anything, but
exactly, holistic application is what they are looking for.
Right. I think that's all we have for questions. Thank you so much for your
All right. Good luck to both of you with your whatever you're going to pursue in the future.
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.